Harry, good workout tonight?
Yes, yeah, I think, again, you always have to take it into context. I think, but certainly first half I was really pleased with against a very good Wolves side we saw last season. And I expect them to do very well in the Premier League, to control a lot of the game. When you think about as well, like I said, Badou has not even trained with a team and he's played that role, which is a little bit different for him. Peter Etebo's got a visa over the last couple of days, so he didn't train. James McLean's trained one session in about 7 weeks. And Tom Ince has come into the building and not even trained with the team. So actually, for them at times to play in quite a cohesive manner was quite impressive, you know. So I felt, like I said, first half I thought we had good control. I think what we've got to try and do is perhaps translate that control into better penetration in the final third, which is something that we've been working on. But I thought defensively we were very strong. I think Wolves are very good at dropping in and making it very hard for you. So there's not as much space in that type of game. But and then we make the changes late on, and a typical pre-season game that once you make the changes, the game just becomes a little bit more sporadic. So, but yeah, really pleased with the workout.
So, as we go on, because it's early days, they'll get better, won't they? Because, as you say, it's very early, isn't it?
Yeah, well, like I said, we've worked with a lot of the players that have not played this evening, and some of the players that have started, particularly in forward areas, are players that have not played together or really trained. So again, you know, Badou's probably you know, a good week or two behind. James is a good week or two behind. So it's very difficult to judge them wholly. But I thought that they all did really well. I thought Badou, he can play that holding role for me, and when you see him step in with that acceleration, you know, he looks very, very impressive. I thought Peter Etebo, second half, he looks like some player, you know, again. I was very, very pleased. Yeah, Darren Fletcher's not trained for a few days, so again, I thought he coped with the game well. So I was quite pleased. I mean, it's a pre-season game. You take it all with a pinch of salt, but I felt we limited them to very few. I thought there was very few chances in the game, really, wasn't there? I think both teams probably would say the same. Tactically, they were quite happy, but it was that last little bit in the final third that you, of course, want to see a little bit more. But we had some good moves first half, but we just need to be a little bit slicker in that last little bit of possession. So, but we'll get there.
And you like your full-backs to push on, didn't you? They were doing that first half, and that created the opposition problems. Yeah,
we want to be really attacking. You know, we said it before. I think at every club you have a slight adjustment on your philosophy. I think we've got enough energy in the team to play with good pressure high up the pitch at times. Sometimes against a good team you're going to find that maybe there's one or two spaces because we need to get better at it. But I thought when we did it well, we did it really well. I thought we had good control in possession, and we got we just needed to get the fullbacks on the ball higher earlier. And I think we're just again sometimes just a little bit slower to move the ball, but I thought we had really good control. And like you say, you know, how many times do you see someone get in the final third and maybe just overrun the pass, or just a poorer touch or a poor cross? And as you know, when the season starts, those things are a little bit sharper and tend to have a little bit more quality to it. But like I said, I was really pleased with the first 45. I thought we worked really hard, and that's probably, again, the best intensity we've had for that period of time. And the challenge now is going to, of course, to be maintaining that as the season starts.
And Tom Ince today, I thought he looked really, really sharp.
Yeah, Tom's a good player. I mean, we said again, in a game like that where there's limited space, it's obviously hard for any forward player. You know, when there's lots of bodies in and around them, it's hard for them to create too much. But Tom, we know what he's good at, you know, and I expect that Tom Ince, Moritz Bauer partnership down that side to complement each other, because Moritz wants to go early high, Tom wants to come inside and forage inside, and you know, occasionally we went in a little bit too early, but again, you know, Tom wasn't signed till after training started yesterday, so he's not trained at all with the players. He's not seen. I probably spent 5 minutes with him on the tactics board, but I thought we took on board. I thought him and James and Badou took on board the ideas really, really well.
You've still got another friendly to go, but are you thinking about Leeds now? Are you thinking about your side, what you might put out there, or don't you think about that yet? Is it too early?
It's still a little bit too early. Of course, you have an idea of what type of side you want. I think we spoke about before, the way pre-season's been organised, it's been difficult to get as many 90 minutes into the players as you'd like. You know, there's not been that many of them that have played for 90, but certainly on Saturday we'll look to try and do that. But again, I'm quite happy with the fitness levels. I thought the players look fit and strong. I think we'll improve that. Again, we've worked them hard, so even tonight, you're not going to expect to see the full sharpness. But like I said, I'm quite pleased with the progress so far, and we expect to make a little bit more progress as the season goes on.